Okay, we're back with the navigation study. We're using the same drive package as the jack pin vehicle. Same batteries, same Curtis drives. These are the 1210 Curtis drives. We're traveling around a course that is 16.8 meters around, roughly this configuration. We're using this timing plate here to reset a timer. We're doing a little bit of math to discover our average circuit speed. This is not the base speed, but this is the average circuit speed. Right now, we're covering this distance in this configuration at 0.5 meters per second. We've got several pieces of tape damage on this track right now. These being the more severe. We have an S-curve, and we have had a little success going a little bit faster than this in the past, but I think there is, maybe from the additional tape damage we have today, we've had to slow down a little bit. Here you can see in this curve, right here at this critical point, there's quite a bit of damage. With the current software and analog sensor, it seems to be handling that pretty well. We have speed adaptive software so that the speed changes the gains for each wheel. As the speed increases, we use less differential gain for navigation. So you can see on the straightaways, we're also using a non-linear gain. We were using linear for a while, but then discovered it's actually a little better to increase the gain as you get closer to the edge. And then right at the edge, I've included an additional amount of gain just before we go offline, to try to save it, and it seems to be working. It looks like occasionally in the S-curve it'll hit that moment where it's right at the edge and come back, so maybe that's the difference there between success and failure. And this is with the analog sensor. Analog output cards from the PLC directly to the Curtis drives for speed reference. Using the Curtis 1210s, the standard jack pin drive package, and the analog navigation sensor. This may not be the absolute best we can do, but it's pretty close with this setup. What I would like to do is add some additional sensors here. Put an additional magnetic proc switch on either side of the navigation sensor there in the front, just to give us another chance to keep up with the tape at higher speeds. We could increase our speed probably another, it's hard to say, at least 10-15%, maybe a little more, just with that one addition. That's something I'd like to look into. But this is with current hardware and the current configuration. This is just a software update. Maybe a little better method, a little more robust. Seems to be working pretty well. This is 5th or 6th trip around, and our average speed is still 0.5 meters per second, so it's not too bad. I've noticed that we start to have some different action when the batteries start to discharge and get to a certain level. I haven't documented those levels, but I have noticed that sometimes after a lot of testing I'll start to get a little bit different result, not be able to put a finger on exactly why. And then we go back and look at the battery levels, and they've dropped. and we charge it back up. Like today, it's freshly charged and it's working pretty well. So I'm going to have to look into that and see what effect the battery voltage has on navigation. Now, obviously, if you're using differential steer and your battery voltage goes down, you're going to get less steering per change in speed reference. If you got less source voltage to begin with, there'll be less differential between the wheels. We might need to look at that. I'm not sure if I can be more conservative on the gains, or maybe limit the top speed some more, or it'd be nice if we could get an analog reading of the battery voltage maybe. All those things have their own issues, of course. This being a video notebook, I just thought I'd throw that out there, at least for my own use. There's not any radical changes here between what we're seeing today and what we saw last week. We did add one nice feature, which we'll try next, where we can switch from analog to digital without a lot of effort. We'll give that a shot and come back.